Hello, hello, it's June Olson with Junebug Creations, independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator coming to you live from Whitefish, Montana. A very sunny and bright Whitefish, woohoo! I think we have spring finally sprung. We've got all the dandelions going, but we're going to have to mow them. I was trying to do the no mow May, but when you rent, you kind of have to do what you got to do to stay renting. So we got to take care of that. Not sure why I all of a sudden have a frog in my throat, but it is great to be here. So this weekend at the retreat, I took my paper pumpkin with me and I worked on it and created alternates with what I had available. So most of it is from what's in the kit, and then I added in some basic gray paper, some Lost Lagoon cardstock, and some Moody Mauve cardstock, because those were the colors that coordinated with it. I also ended up bringing in the other ink colors as well. So I have a few cards that we're going to make together, and then some to just show you how I made them. One of them that I'm just going to show you is one that I cased from Rachel Tessman, but I changed it up a little bit. I just don't have enough to make another one for you. Sorry, that wasn't very well planned. I just started using what I had, but we had already cut up one of the cards that was used. So let's just go ahead and get to it. I seem to have some hair in my mouth. I don't know what's going on with that. So our paper pumpkin kit, for those of you that might be new to watching this, is our monthly subscription kit. So we have a lot of kits. More than 20 kits that look like this that you can order from the online store. They're not in a catalog because they change and it varies depending on inventory, and once they sell out, sometimes they will bring them back, other times they're gone because they've already been around for a long time. So if you order a kit out of the online store, it will look like this. When you order a kit, when you subscribe to Paper Pumpkin, because this is our subscription kit. Hello, Missy. I'm glad you're able to make it this morning. When you subscribe to the Paper Pumpkin kit, it automatically comes to your door. So you can either do a month-to-month, which is $25 a month, or you can do prepaid. You can do a 1 month prepaid, which will give you a $1 discount. You can do a 3 month prepaid, which will give you a discount, and I don't have those memorized. You can do a 6 month subscription, and that gives you also another discount, and then you can do a 12-month subscription. Now with the 12-month, I do know that it's going to save you in the sense that you pay for 11, you get 12 kits, all right? Plus, because it is over the 150 mark for the Stampin' Rewards, you get Stampin' Rewards on top of that. So that's a good deal. So it would be $250. Stampin' Rewards start at $150. So it might be that the 6 month, I'll have to do the math on that and get back to you for next week on that one. So the more you, the larger the prepaid subscription, the more discount and the more benefits you get from it. Let's just put it that way. As it is with most things, that the larger of a subscription you pay, the better the discount. The larger the bag of toilet paper, the better the discount as well. So it just, you know, it all varies. So let's get started. So as all the other kits, this is a all-inclusive kit. So all you have to do is add a pair of scissors. Everything else is in the kit to be created as designed. So I'm going to show you the designs as they were created by the Stampin' Up! And then I'm going to show you my alternates. So when you first get your kit, your very first kit, you will get a clear block. You'll see me today using some of our other clear blocks. They are ergonomic, so they are a little bit thicker and wider, but they work the same. You stick your stamp onto it and you stamp with it. The choice is yours as to the sizing, what you like. This is what comes in all the kits. Every kit has this. So if you have multiple kits, then you have multiple blocks and you don't have to keep changing out your stamps constantly. All right. Here are the photopolymer stamps that, like in the other kits, they also come in the subscription kit of Paper Pumpkin. In this case, it was butterflies. All right. You can see those butterflies. And then it's Yep, it's getting to that point. Everything will be okay, surrounding you with love. sending loving thoughts your way. And then there's some dots and the 2 different butterflies. All right. Then every quarter they have an add-on. So for January, February, March, they had some dies that were coordinated with those kits. For this quarter, April, May, June, we have these dies. So we have this one that's upside down. We have this one that says thanks. And then we have this one that is just for your sentiments. And then we have these 2. All right, and they will cut out, and I'll show you what that looks like because I did use them last week. They will cut out either a butterfly like this on its own, or they will cut the inside of it as well. And we're going to be using that today. An ink spot. Today I'll be using my regular size ink pads. Then you get your no fail instructions. That's the beauty of this. Hello, Covina. Good morning. Good morning. So these are the no fail instructions. It shows you the 3 different designs, 3 of each, so 9 cards. On the back it shows you the ingredients. It shows you the dies that can coordinate with it if you choose to get them. You don't have to. They're in the online store under the Paper Pumpkin refills and just lost the word. Refills and I can't think of the word. All right, so, but you can get these if you are a subscriber. If you're not a subscriber, you cannot get these. All right, so the refills and the pass kits, that's it. Pass kits, refills, and add-ons. This is one of the add-ons. And then it also gives you the colors that coordinate with the kit. So like what I brought in, so when I went to go to the retreat, I grabbed colors of cardstock and ink that coordinated, and it was basic beige, basic gray, Lost Lagoon, Moody Mauve, and Champagne. Champagne is the foil, the gold foil, the champagne foil. I guess it's not really gold, it's champagne. All right, so then this was one of the cards that was designed by them. All right, and then we ended up just stamping a butterfly inside. All right, and then this was another one that was designed by Paper Pumpkin, or Stampin' Up. I love this with all the colorful butterflies. Oh, say hi to Benji. Hopefully she'll say goodbye and not jump up here the whole time. And this was the 3rd card, and I just had decided I didn't really care for this card. Layout, I thought it was a little too blah. All right, even though it has the gold on here and everything, it just seemed a little too blah. So then I just immediately made another one because we decided that that needed to be done. And so I used the die. So this is how the die works. It cuts an outline, and then the other one cuts this out of it. So you can run those 2 dies together. Then we used, these are the iridescent foil gems. We used those as the center of our butterflies. All right, so the rest of the card was pretty much the same. We just did the butterflies a little bit differently. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Now the chipboard you want to keep and use because these don't have any cushion. So when you buy the red cling rubber stamps, you get cushion with it, like your traditional stamp, but these don't have it. So you want to keep your chipboard so that you have that cushion there. All right, so let's get started. I have a lot of cards in here. I really went to town. Like, I really went crazy, but that's all I did. I had brought some other kits and then ended up just working on these kits the whole time. I know, are you surprised? Look at that. But some of them are already my completed cards. Not all of them are new. And then I added also this for one or two of the cards. I added some linen thread. All right, so there's not a whole lot left in here. There's a little bit left in here, and I'm sure I can come up with something. All right, so let's start off with this one. So I started this card, but I did not get to finish it that day because I ran out of cardstock. So this is the basic gray cardstock. And what I did was I took this piece from that other card and this came up with the same idea, but I used it on the gray with the gold foiling or champagne foiling, and then I added that butterfly. The stamp set I used for this one is the Sweetly Scripted, which is the stamp set we'll be using for Card Club this month. Get the cat out of here. All right, so we'll be doing that. And Card Clubbers, if you're watching, I will be sending that email out today. I was not feeling well on Monday. I had eaten something for Mother's Day that was not agreeing with me. I think actually it was the combination of the Coca-Cola and the popcorn, because we went to see a movie. We went and saw the new Panda, Kung Fu Panda. Have you guys seen that? Have you seen it? Do you like Kung Fu Panda? We like Kung Fu Panda. We thought it was pretty funny, as it usually is. Not really for children, in my opinion. So I cut this piece of basic beige, and oh, did I not even glue it down to that? Oh, I didn't even glue it down to that. Was I going to do it like that? No, I think, oh, that's for the inside. That's what it is. That's for the inside of the card. All right, so we're going to put this down, but we're going to use dimensionals for this. And how's the lighting? Can you all see this good? It's kind of dark in here for me. I don't know why that is. I'm going to put some extra ones on this time just because I've already got a couple layers on there and it feels a little bit heavy. So this was the very last card I had done, but I'm doing it first for you because I wanted to just finish it. And the other thing that I brought into some of these were the brushed brass butterflies. All right, so at the top I have asking, hi Kathy, you've not seen it? You've not seen this one? This kit? This kit is the April kit. The May kit should be coming. It should have already been mailed because today is the 13th, so it's it's the 15th. So it should be on its way. So we'll see next week. I have a feeling I'll be doing the new kit. So that's why I wanted to get these all done and show you today. So we've got that kind of popped up. And then what I thought, because this is kind of blah, I could use Wink of Stella on it if I wanted to. And I might do that on one of the other ones. But I wanted to double this up. I thought that would look pretty doubled up. So what I'm going to do is kind of curl this a little bit. All right, and I'm going to curl this a little bit. And I'm not even using I'm just using the pads of my fingers. All right, I'm not using my thumbnail or anything like that. And I'm going to, that's not what I want glue dots. I'm going to use the glue dots and stick those on the back of here. And I need another light. I don't know if you need a light. I need another light because it looks dark for me. It could be the glasses. Maybe I'll just take those off for a little bit. Those have the blue light protection on it, but it's kind of yellow and dark. And now they don't do, the place that I go to, they don't, the place I had to switch to, they don't do the bifocals with the blue light anymore. So, and I asked my doctor if it was a trend or if it was something real, and he said it was something to consider. But I don't know. I think I'm okay. I'm on a lot, but I'm not on that much. And I've been doing even less. So there we go. That way it looks kind of 3D. And then I'm going to go ahead and put the glue dots back here too, because I've already got it all lifted, but I think because the wings are lifted that we don't really need to put them on dimensionals. And I'm going to do 3 so that it really holds well. And these are not the ones that came in it. They're bigger and fatter ones. All right, but we're going to pop those off like that. All right, so what did your kids call butterflies when they were little? Kitar called them flutterbys. So, what did your kids call them? Did they do that too? Did they mix up all the letters, or were they able to say it, or was it something totally different? I think we're gonna stick that a little bit under there like that. All right, I like that. And then we could put one of these over here, add a little color in. So we could do like that. Let's see, do we have any other colors? All right, so do we count this one as 2 butterflies or as 1 butterfly? So we have an odd number on there. Do we count it as 1 or 2? I kind of feel like it should be counted as 1 because it's on top of each other and it's made to look like 1. But what do you think? Do we do 3 over here as well, or do we consider this 2 and then that would be 6, so then we got to take 1 off? What do you think? Is this going to be 5, or is this going to be 6? Because of course, you know, I can't do an even number. And while I'm waiting for you to tell me that, we're going to go ahead and stamp a butterfly, and we're going to break out of the mold, and we're going to use our Moody Mauve. It takes a while for the Moody Mauve to lighten up and dry, because it is a very dark color. I have not used it much, but since this kit did have Moody Mauve in it, I decided let's give it a whirl. Ooh, that's a little small. So, trying to use my Moody Mauve a little bit more. There we go. And then we'll do the other butterfly, because I think that just looks really pretty to have them together. Alright, like that. And then I think we're going to even go a little bit further, and with the gray we're going to do some of the dots on it. So let's do that. I'm going to stamp them off though, so they're not quite so dark. And we'll just kind of stamp around there. All right, and that just kind of gives it a little bit, oh, I feel like that needs to be something. All right, there we go. That's the inside of our card. All right, so the double butterfly counts as 1, Missy says. Okay, I'm inclined to agree with that. That was my first thought, but then I started to doubt myself. So let's get this put on the inside, and then we will add some more butterflies to the outside. All right. There we go. And I think we have enough gold foiling, so I don't want to use the brass butterflies. So we're going to go ahead and use these butterflies. Oh, here's some smaller glue dots for the smaller butterflies. So we'll do that right there. We'll do this one right here. There is a man across the yard in a tree. Apparently my landlord is having a dead tree cut down, and I happened to look out, and there was this man up in the tree. I'm like, what? What is he doing? And then I realized, oh, that was the noise I was hearing during my training. All right, yeah, so I set this new live schedule, and I apologize that I've been late both days in a row that it has started. Apparently, when I set the schedule, I didn't look to see what all I already had scheduled. So, we're having to kind of work around it. Here we go. And then we want this one and this one. I think we're just going to go up there that way. All right. Cute. Yep, I like that one. I like that one, and then I went ahead and used one of those envelopes that came with the kit. So that is card 1 for today. All right, and then I have another one. I'll show you. I'm altering this. I'm altering this alternate already. So I will show you what I did originally with the other one. Let's do a little stamping. Yeah, here we go. We're going to do some stamping on the envelope, and I'm going to pull back in this Moody Mauve because now I'm like, I got to use this Moody Mauve. We've had it for a year and I have not used it much because it always seemed to look so muddy, and it does, but then when it dries, it's looking a little nicer. So now, oh, you know what? It's a red, and the red doesn't seem to show up on the camera very well. Just take it from me. It's looking a little nicer. It's not looking so muddy. So I'm liking the look. All right, and then we had these. Let's put this away. Oh, no. Let's do this here. All right, so this card is going to be in landscape mode as well, or horizontal. We'll go ahead and stamp that. And go ahead and stamp that. And then I like the look of those little dots, but this time we're going to change the dots to the Lost Lagoon because I am using the Lost Lagoon butterfly paper this time. So let's bring in our cleaner and clean up those dots. All right. Here we go. So lots of dots. This time I am not stamping off. I am doing it full force, but I'm not doing this really super duper dark. All right, so we have, you know what, let's go ahead and do that on the envelope too. Might as well do it all matchy matchy, right? Everybody's saying matchy matchy. If you agree, we kind of needed it to be matchy matchy. All right. There we go. I feel like this needs to be over here too. All right. I'm liking the dots. It's been around, but sometimes it takes me a while to get into the dots, right? Sometimes it just takes a while. All right. So here we have our cardstock, and I went ahead and already embossed it. I was trying to just save some time. I went ahead and already embossed it with the exposed brick embossing folder, one of my new favorites. All right, and then I cut this down to 2.5 by 4 inches, and we're going to glue that right over here. Let me look at my sample card. Okay, yep. We're going to just glue that right down. Oh, need that out of the way. Glue that right down. Along the sides. It is embossed paper, so I want to make sure I have plenty of glue without creating a lake, so it doesn't goosh all over the place. Sploosh, goosh, I don't know, the words just come out of my mouth. I'm not consistent with what I call it. Sometimes I call it sploosh, sometimes I call it goosh. All right. We're going to rub that down so that it sticks really good. All right. And then what we're going to do is we're going to run this with this through the machine. All right. Does it fit? It does not fit that way. So I'm going to see which way I want it. All right. All right, and then I forgot the stamp set that I used for this one. So for this one, I used the stamp set So Sincere, and I used the Be Grateful What You Have, Be Proud of Who You Are. And this is a photopolymer, or this is not a photopolymer. This is a cling red rubber, so you can see how it has the cushion on it. And, whew, I'm out of blocks over there. Let's grab some. All right. So then what I did is I stamped it in the Moody Mauve. All right. I think I'm going to stamp it up there. All right, so, and I'm just going to hold it there so it can kind of sink in to the paper. All right, like that. And then we're going to run that through this, run that through with the Stampin' Cut and Embossing machine. Here we go. Let's get that moved over. And we're going to die cut it. So we need plate 1, 2, and 3. We're going to set our paper on here and turn that like that. And then we need number 3, the other 3 on top. So that is our sandwich for our machine. All right. And we'll set this machine aside. I'm just going to set it over there. All right, and I need this for something else, so I'm going to set that aside. And then we have this right here. Doesn't that look great? All right, and then what I did is I took some of the baker's twine, not baker's twine, that is linen thread, and I unraveled some of it. These are my ribbon scissors now. Instead of ribbon on it, I have my little charm. All right, so here we go. All right, so before I do that, I need to take, glue doesn't work so well with doing this, so this is when I use my seal. And I'm just going to cover the back of it, essentially. And, come on. Do this. Kind of make it go across there and stick it down. All right, so it's like that. And then I'm going to use my dimensionals. Where's I used up my dimensionals? I'm all over the place. I thought I was prepared. I was trying to prepare during my training. Here we go. Like this. And this one's kind of big, so I'm going to stick it in the middle just to make sure that it doesn't sag, because we don't like sagging, right? Everybody say no sagging. We don't want sagging. All right, and then I'm going to put it right here like this. All right, and then we have this cool butterfly, and I'm going to put her over there, and I don't know why I called it a her. I think it's just because she's so pretty. And now I have lots of edges I can cut off for the others. There we go. And then what I did is I put these, but I used mini dimensionals because it's nice to have those handy. I used mini dimensionals for that. And I'm going to do one on each wing for this one, because it's a little bit bigger. All right, so originally when I did this card I forgot I forgot about this sentiment piece in the dies. So I used a different die, but for this I wanted to go ahead and show you. All right. So I used the deckled circle die for this, but I really like how it looks with the die that comes in the add-on, and I wanted to use the add-on and show you that if you had it, you could do that. So here are my two different cards using different die cuts. All right, oh, we need to put that in there. So let's go ahead and do that. All right, so just wanting to show you all the different ways that you can do this and use the cards, make alternates if you don't want all the same cards, you know, 3 of the same. And you might not need 9 cards of encouragement and sympathy and whatnot. You might want to change it up and use different sentiments. This Sweetly Scripted has a variety of sentiments, and this one has even more sentiments and very universal. So thankful for you, happy birthday, so very proud, knowing you brings joy to my heart, just love spending time with you, hope your day is a happy one, hope you're feeling better soon, you're in my heart and prayers just for you. So there's a variety, so you don't always have to stick with just the stamps that are in your paper pumpkin. If you don't have stamp sets, you have other paper pumpkin stamps that you can use as well. You can mix and match those up, and that's another way to be doing it. And I'll be bringing you in June, because I'll be going to Arizona in June to pack up my parents. I will be doing some videos ahead of time for you, because I won't have that kit, where I'm going to be mixing and matching some of the ingredients from the kits with other ingredients from other kits. So just so that you know that you can mix and match things. They don't have to just come together in the kit. All right, so here is another card that we're going to do. There we go. With that, we'll set these aside. We're going to start with this, and we're going to do some stamping on the front. So we're going to be doing some stamping in the gray, tone on tone, so the basic gray. And we need to do some cleaning. All right, super cute. You like that? All right, off to an appointment. You'll finish this later. All right, Kathy, that's the beauty of replays. You just gotta love replays, because it allows you to do that. You don't have to be on my schedule. You can be on your schedule and still see what I've done. So that's the beauty of Facebook and YouTube. And if you can't find it on Facebook, you can easily find it on YouTube. So we're going to create a pattern on here ourselves, our own little tone-on-tone DSP. So we're going to start with the larger stamp. All right. And if we want it to be able to go off the top and not worry about having to stay within the lines or anything, let's see, this works better this way. Then we want to make sure to have this like that. All right, so we're going to snap, and we can go off that way, go this way, and go this way, and go straight up. All right, then we're going to go to the next one, oops, the next butterfly, and I'm going to just put this one all over as well. All right, and I like having when things are kind of falling off. To me, I think that looks really cool, because not everything has to fit inside there. And then we have some spaces, so we want to fill those in a little bit. So that's where we can come in here with our dots and fill them and kind of turn it around so it doesn't look all the same pattern. All right. Here we go. Like this. Like that. All right. We got some dots needed here and here and here. We need some over here. And we're just filling in all the spaces with the dots. All right, let's see. And you want it, you know, you want it to be filling in. Oh, I just stuck my finger in that. I could feel it all of a sudden. I could feel it. I was like, oh, that felt wet. And I don't like to have it on my fingers, because then you invariably get it on your cards. All right, so now I have some spaces where it doesn't quite, the whole thing doesn't fit. So I'm going to clean it up. You can see here, I'm going to clean it up. And I'm only going to ink these few dots right here to fill in some of the smaller areas. All right. And then I'm going to clean it again. And just to give it a little different look, I'm going to just ink up those spots. And fill that in. All right, so you can ink up parts of it, you can ink up the whole thing. The choice is yours. All right, so we've done that. Now what we're going to do, I need to look at my other card. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to not use that. That was, here we go. All right, so we're going to use the die cutting, the dies again. So we need to bring over our machine and I need to zoom out a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, see my mess. All right, so we're going to do some die cutting. We are going to do, where's my, ooh, here it is. We're going to do this in the gold or champagne. All right, like this. I think we want to do it this way. And we want to trim this off because you don't want to run this part through because it will give it the texture of whatever is on the back of this. All right, so you want to make sure to cut off only what you need when you're dealing with any foils. So this is 2 inches, so I'm going to go just a little over 2 inches. All right, and save that. And you'll see what I mean in just a minute with that, because it'll kind of show on here. All right, and then I'm going to do, on this one, I'm going to do the thanks. And then we're going to run that through. And I usually just like to bring it back to me. You don't have to, you can pick it up on that side, but because I have my laptop right there, I don't want to hit it. All right, so I don't know how well you can see, but over here on this part, it's kind of been a little texturized from the plate. So you want to always make sure when you're dealing with foils and cutting foils, you only have it a little bit larger than what you need it so that you don't mess up the rest of your foil. And that way it is still clearly usable. All right, and so then we have our thanks right there. I'm going to take that out and we're going to do thanks again, this time on this paper. Woo. All right, I'm gonna have to go at an angle. Ooh, that's just making it. Woohoo. I used a different paper for my original card, so I'm altering my alternate again just a little bit because I used up all the paper of that one, so now I don't have any more to use. So we're doing this, but I think it's going to still work just fine, and I think it's going to work the same and still look great. All right, so then we have the thanks that we will pop out like this. There we go. So we get some, well, we get a little bit of gold on there, not much. That might be something we need to then use the Wink of Stella on just to add a little more shimmer to it, since we didn't catch all of the shimmer of that paper. All right, so now let's go ahead and put this all together. All right, so yeah, we did not cut out much of the shimmer. Somehow I missed all the shimmer. I should have gone that way. Oh well. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue these things together so that this is like a shadow of it. All right, so I'm going to use my tweezers like that. I'm going to grab my glasses and my glue, and we're going to put some glue on the back of this. And this way it will stick to the shadow piece. So I used the gray for the shadow piece because this is white and I wanted it to be clearly readable. All right. So I'm just offsetting it just a little bit. Just a little bit, so it's a little bit, it just makes that thank stand out. All right, so then we're going to glue this. Did I emboss it? Nope, I did not emboss it. You could emboss it if you wanted to. I did not, so we're going to glue this here. Right about there. I think maybe we'll move it over just a little bit. I want to kind of line it up. There we go. And then the thanks is going to go on mini dimensionals. So in all the thicker locations. Put some glue under my nails. All right. Let's see. So I've got these a little bit wider because of the shadow. So then you're able to use this. And then of course on the S, I'm going to need to cut just a little sliver because it's not wide enough. All right. So here we go. And then peel these off, which they're giving me a little bit of a hard time this morning. All right, then we're just going to run that right along here like that, and then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of, we'll just use some of these. So I like to cut these off because it just makes sense to use them. Some people do not like to use them, but I use all of it. All right, so we're gonna do one of these here, 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 and here. No worrying about sagging in the middle because of the 4 sides, and we're not putting anything heavy on it, so you don't have to worry about that. All right, here we go. There we go, like that. Now, you can see here, this was what I used. I used that speckled paper, and so this doesn't have as much speckling. So I'm going to use my Wink of Stella to add that to it. All right, and that's going to make it shimmer more, and then it ties in more. The tree fell. Okay, all of a sudden something rumbled. I sure trust they didn't hit our trailer or anything that's out there. That was kind of scary. All right, so here we go. So I'm just adding some shimmer and shine to this white because I did not die cut it that way. So you can see how it's adding the shimmer to it. Can you see the shimmer? Let's see. I don't know if that's showing. Is that showing up? So it's showing up in front of me on the white, and it is kind of a champagne color, so it's actually working out really well. So let me know if you can see the shimmer on that from that Wink of Stella. And I'm just doing the white. I'm trying not to get the gray, just the white, and covering it in all of that shimmer from the Wink of Stella. All right. So this is another way. I did the Tidbit Tuesday yesterday on Wink of Stella, and not planning on doing this today, but it all works out. So you can see another use for the Wink of Stella, which is really great because it is very universal. So, and I like how it can be either really light or it can be really dark. In this case, it works out perfectly that it is not super dark. Can you see it, Wink? Everybody say wink if you can see it, wink. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it, wink. In any case, these are the two cards. So this one, if you have leftover of the speckled paper, and this is the speckled paper that comes from this right here. And I used it all up, and so I had a little bit left and thought, well, I'll use it for that. So that's where I got that from. But this works as well, and it ties in then back to here. So, and it does give it a light shimmer. All right, and I might put a second coat on it just to kind of give it a little more shimmer. All right, so that is the next card. All right, we've got cards and cards and cards. All right, so here we go. This one is one that I'm just going to show you and not make again. So this one, I took part of the gray, the basic gray and butterfly paper, and I cut a small piece, and I think it was, I think it was about 3.5 by 3.25. And I then cut it into strips where it was smaller to larger, and then laid them down with the space in between, stamped the sentiment. I used some of the brushed brass butterflies along with this one, and then I used the linen thread, and I put it on a Lost Lagoon. And then I added the basic beige inside. We can stamp that. I had not yet stamped that. I'm going to use a Lost Lagoon one. Let's wash that. Alright, so we can do a Lost Lagoon butterfly there. Alright, and that way we have something on the inside. I was focused on the outsides, I didn't have insides, but there is another idea for another card. Alright, and then the other one that I did, this was the one that I cased and altered from Rachel Tessman, and she did it to where you open it. She had hers over on this side, and then she had more strips on the front, and so you can open it like that. And then she had the basic gray across the whole front, and I added the Lost Lagoon butterflies. All right, and so then to close this is like that. And this is cut, that is a 1/2 inch across, and it is 2.5 inches long. All right, so I just used my trimmer to cut it, and that way you could see it. Now I put this across the whole thing because I accidentally had it too long and it showed here. All right, so if you don't want it to be that long and show, you could cut it instead of the, how wide is it? Instead of the 2 3/4 in length, you could just do 2.5, and then you wouldn't have this mistake. So I had to cover my mistake with that. All right, but super fun card, really pretty. I like how it really emphasizes the wings. All right, and then we have another card here that we'll do together. I'm going to go ahead and stamp a Moody Mauve butterfly on here. So that means I need to wash this again, or clean this stamp. All right, and I'm going to do this one like that. So originally that was supposed to be a gray one. I did already mount this onto the gray. All right, and then we're going to, oops, that's the inside. I've already embossed this. I embossed first one half, then the other, so that both sides were the same. So this was the side that pops out, and this is the side that's inside. We're going to fold this one back and make a Z card out of it. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and crease that. All right, and then we can go ahead and have that on there like that. So we want to hold this, and we want to make sure, oh, I was going to run this through the embossing folder. Hang on, embossing folder. I glued that. It's going to be a little different than the other alternate that I did. I seem to be alternating my alternates today because I glued the back on too soon, forgetting what I had done with the other one. But I will show you the other alternate. But since I have this one started, I figured we might as well just do it. And for this one, I am going to use the Painted Textures, which is still a favorite for making things look like a painting. All right, so we're going to do this and run it through like that. Put this away. And then I have a lot of static going on here. All right, and then we have it looking like this. And yes, it's embossed together, and that's okay. All right, then we're going to glue it on here. So we want to center it. We have the fold here, so we need to put our finger there so we know not to put any glue over here. Only put glue on this side. So we're going to go back and forth like that, and probably one more down there. And then what I like to do is open it up just in case I put too much glue on or I went over the line. It won't mess up my card, it'll just mess up my glass mat. Did I do it? I did okay. And so then it opens like this. All right, so then it opens like that. We're going to go ahead and put our white on the inside after we stamp. What color did we use? We used the Moody Mauve, so we'll go ahead and use the Moody Mauve butterflies. And I think this one is gray, so we need to clean that. All right, you are getting lots of alternate ideas this morning. All right, making up for the times that I missed, I suppose. I just got on a roll on Saturday, so I trust you are enjoying it because it was really fun to just get on that roll and go to town and do them. All right, so we're just gonna do some spots. just kind of throw them in there. All right. There we go. Get those spots around there. Then let's go ahead and put this in our card, and we want it to line up behind so it doesn't show. Whoops. Hey, I just put my finger in that too, in the glue. We want it to line up behind here, so what we want to do is lay that on here so it won't show, like that. And then we're going to close the card on top of it. And that way, when we flip it over, it's not visible. Oop, it's just a little bit visible down there. Was I crooked? All right, it's fine. It's just a little bit crooked down here, but I am not going to stress about it because it is not worth stressing about. All right, and then I have this, and we're going to bring back our embossing machine. And we're going to, except this time we're not embossing, this time we're going to cut a butterfly, a gold butterfly, a fully gold butterfly, or champagne butterfly I should say, out of this. Alright, so what do we need? We just need this and this, like that. So we want to cut this off, so I'm just going to use this, my scissors, because I can then make another one out of that if I so choose. Alright, so we're going to do this, and right here in the center of it, so you want to center it. Alright, that looks pretty good. Almost there. There we go. Alright, then I'm going to lay this down carefully on top of it and press so it doesn't move, and run it through that way, and I'm going to run it again because it's a bit of a detailed stamp die, and then we will remove this and this, and then we have this, and now we have our butterfly or Flutterby. I wanted to check something that I hadn't checked yet. Does that cut that out? That does cut that out. Good to know. Good to know. All right. So then we'll bring this back, and we forgot a sentiment piece. All right, like this. We're going to use the Sweetly Scripted. And I think I'm going to see whether Happy Anniversary fits in here. Nope. I think Happy Birthday and Save the Date are the only thing that fits in here. I don't need a Save the Date card, so I'm not going to do that. We're going to take this one. We're going to put it on this block, which is the F block. Jeepers. The I block. The I block. And we're going to, we don't need this for the stamp because you can see how it has the cushion. However, I'm going to use it like I have been, kind of as my scrap paper. And we're going to do this in the Moody Mauve. And I'm going to stamp here, because that goes about across. I'm going to stamp here in the middle. Like that. Then we can turn it over. Whoop, let's do it right side up. Alright, and there we have a happy birthday. Alright, now we have this little thing right here, and I feel like it needs, in the center, it needs something. So we're going to use our little gems here to do the little bodies, all right? Because I feel like it just needs the little bodies. So we're going to do the little gems like that. And they kind of blend in, but I don't know that I want to go with a darker color. Maybe? I don't know. What do you think? Should we go with a darker color? Let me take that off. Let me see what I've got. Let's see if we've got any Moody Mauve. I'm not sure if we do. We have some Lost Lagoon. Let's see. A purple. Let's see. We have, I think these might be the next best thing. All right, so let's try these Lost Lagoon ones. I'm pretty sure these are Lost Lagoon. Oh, nope, they're Pretty Peacock. I think they'll work though. I think they'll work. We're just gonna pretend like they're Lost Lagoon because I think they'll work. Oh yeah, that looks really cool. And that one, and then a third one, and they have a little bit of the sparkle inside. Let's line those up. Oh yeah, that worked. You can't even tell. You don't even know that they're not Lost Lagoon. Who's gonna know? So that makes 3, and then that makes 4. So we're gonna do these on dimensionals. Where's my dimensionals? Here we go. All right, so we're gonna do this on dimensional. And we gotta cut these because we're gonna do more undimensional. And we're gonna do those on each end, like this. All right. And like this. So we're going to do these. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and do that in the center like they did. And then I'm going to want that there. Ooh. I think that looks good there. I think we're going to glue that down flat. So we're going to bring in the tweezers and the glue. We're going to do the glue right here. And then along the edge. There we go, like that. And we're going to kind of tuck that edge in a little bit. Oops. Forgot to make them let go. All right. This is still up. These are down. All right. And then we'll bring in some of those brushed butterflies. Where are the brushed butterflies? Where are the brushed butterflies? I just had them here. I did indeed. I did. Oh, here they are, the brushed butterflies. And we will add, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, we need to add at least one more, right? So we'll just add one of the little butterflies right under there. All right. And so there we have our happy birthday. All right. So the original card that I had made was like this, where I cut that out, put sending, and then on the inside you can put whatever you're sending. All right, and you can see then I did not put the border around it, but I did cut this out and then I put it back, and that gave it kind of a shadow in here and raised it up. All right, so just 2 different looks, another way to use those. And then I have one last final card. I promise. One last final card. But the thing is with this one, we're using a lot of the leftovers. All right. So we're using the leftovers. So one of those is for the inside, one is for the outside, and we have all these strips that have been cut off of everything. So what I did is I took, or what I'm doing, is I'm taking these. Is that straight? Let's see if that's straight. It doesn't look straight. It's pretty straight. Just a little bit off. I'm not going to worry about it. So we're going to put this, and we're going to alternate the colors, and we're going to just keep alternating the sizes and work our way down to the smaller and smaller size. All right, and we're alternating the colors. So they don't coordinate, they don't fit like that other card did, but it's okay. And then we'll get all the way down to here. All right, so then we're going to glue those together, or glue those on there. So I'm going to do that. We're going to take the glue, there we go, come on, almost done. Lots of cards today though. Have any of them sparked your creativity? Have any of them said, ooh, yeah? Have you said to any of them, ooh, I want to make that one? That one would be a good one to make. All right. So this one, you just are using all your leftover pieces. So I just went through and I had all these strips of paper and thought, ooh, we should use those to make a card. All right. And I had leftover butterflies. So we are just alternating between the gray and the Lost Lagoon gold or champagne butterflies papers, and just alternating. I was on a roll. Can you tell? I was really truly on a good roll on Saturday, and that was in between having to, you know, help others and do lunch. We had a taco lunch. That was pretty yummy. And I got these done. So I was kind of proud of myself that I got these done for you and had something to share with you today. All right, so just kind of keeping it even all the way around. All right, getting down to the thinnest ones. And you could go all the way down, but I'm going to put my sentiment at the bottom. So that's why I didn't go all the way down with it. I'm going to do a sentiment. And I got glue on my fingers, so I guess it's time to wash my chamois because now it's going to have some glue on it as well. Oh, how do you wash your chamois? How do you wash your chamois? I like to just throw mine in the wash with the rest of the clothes, which I have laundry to do, so that works out perfectly. All right, so for the sentiment on this one, I'm going to do the happy anniversary. I think if it fits. Does it fit? Ooh, it just fits. All right, so I got to wash this one off. The birthday. Put that back in there. Pick up the happy anniversary, and I'm going to use I think I'm going to use the basic gray for this one. Nope, I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon because of alternating. It's now Lost Lagoon time. So I'm going to go ahead and do this one. I feel like this is not a very dark, it might be time to re-ink my Lost Lagoon. So happy anniversary. I'm going to put it down here because I'm going to tie that bow across there. My parents' anniversary isn't for quite a while, but I could totally keep this and use it for them. We're going to use the linen thread. I'm going to just cut some off. Straighten it out a bit. bring it around here like this, and go ahead and let's see, put it down here. I'm going to skip about that same amount of space. I need my glue dot that helps the knot stay in place. So pop that up, roll that down just a little, whoops. Roll that down just a little bit. So that's all you want to do. You want to just kind of roll the glue dot so it's not all over the place when you're using the linen thread. And all right, is anybody left watching? Everyone's silent today. Everyone's just silent. Have I shocked you? Have I shocked you having so many alternates today? I was rolling. I was in a good place on Saturday. It was a lot of fun. All right, so we're going to just tie that like that. It's a little bit long, so I'm going to cut it off. All right, and it's okay if it covers the sentiment a little bit. Then we're going to take this, we're going to put it on dimensionals as well. Where are those other dimensionals? There they are. Where they will go pretty much all the way around. So I'm going to cut it here and here, and then here and here. All right, and this one will pretty much go down one side, and this one will go down the other side. So this is a good way, if you need to pop up the whole thing, this is a good way to do it, because the outside edge of a regular size of dimensionals will keep that going, and then I can use this one for the no sagging on the inside. And there I have finished off 2 complete ones, and then we'll just peel these off. And this is the last card. Thank you for hanging in there with me. Missy, if you're still on here, I trust you get to feeling better really soon. And we're going to flip this over this way. Pop that right down on there. Like that. And then we're going to do these. And we're just going to, use your fingers again a little bit. All right, and we're going to do the dots for the butterflies. And I like to do it in the middle, that way you can fan your wings up. Okay, so you can fan your wings up if you do it in the middle. If you do it, where are my other ones? If you do it all throughout, then you can't fan your wings up and make them a little 3D-ish. So that's the nice thing and the beauty of doing the dots, the glue dots in the middle. Let's see, there we go. Pop this one up. Pop these 2. Oh, I just realized this year for my parents' anniversary, they'll be here because they'll be moved in with me. Cool. All right, so we're going to do this right there. And then this one is going to go here, and this one over there. And we have our little triangle. There we go. So there is another card. I'll take care of the inside later. I don't want to keep you any longer than needed. I appreciate those of you who were able to stick around. Let me see if I can get this cleared off and put out all the cards that we did today, or that I showed you today. Some of them, of course, I did not make today. Some of them I had previously made, but still different ways to show you all the cards. All right, and let's go ahead and show you some of these. And this was the one I actually made. And then we have this one that we started with. All right. So, lots of card ideas for you. All right. Lots of opportunity. Just have a sit down with this kit, and I think you too will end up coming up with all kinds of great ideas. All right, so Covina, thanks for hanging in there up until 4 a.m. picking up a friend at SeaTac. Oh, tired, but listening. All very cute. Well, thank you so much, Covina, for hanging in there with me. Go take a nap if you can. I totally understand. I've been up since 4:30 myself, which would have been 3:30 your time. So, because I was up teaching this morning to some cute and fun kids. So, everyone have a great rest of your Wednesday. I will see you back here tomorrow at 3:15 for Thunderstruck Thursday. And I am prepared to show you one of the new techniques that is in the catalog. So join me tomorrow at 3:15 Mountain, 2:15 Pacific, 4:15 Central, 5:15 Eastern. I'm learning all these time zones. Really, I am. Have a great rest of your Thursday, everybody. Bye-bye.